You ever hit a point in life where you realize you've been performing for so long that you forgot what it feels like to just be? Because I've been there. And what's wild is you can look so successful on the outside and still feel disconnected on the inside. Not because you're ungrateful, but because you've outgrown an older version of yourself. Nobody prepared you for what's next. So today, I want to talk about identity. Who we are when nobody's watching, who we are without the title, and who we are without the noise. Let's talk about who I am without the game. Welcome to Off the Links. I'm your host, Adrian Colbert. On the course, it's about focus, feel, and rhythm. Off the course, it's about who you're becoming. This podcast is for after the round, when the noise fades and the truth gets louder. No front, just real perspective. No performance, just real conversation and flow. Let's talk. Why did I start Off the Links? That's a great question. I felt like I wasn't able to really give myself the space in episodes to reflect. On the Links is about me creating a space for my guests to share their stories and their experiences. I chime in here and there, but it's not about me, it's about them. And I want to keep it that way. Off the Links is about me connecting with you and sharing my experiences with hopes that it helps or it helps somebody that you know. This show isn't about performance. Maybe in a sense it can be when it comes to some of the topics we discuss, because let's face it, I was a high-performing athlete. I still consider myself a high-performing athlete, even if I'm not on the football field. I'm still in the gym. I still train the same way. Like, I still feel good. So I'm still a high-performing athlete. This space that I'm creating right here isn't for that, though. We will talk about sports from time to time and, current topics, but for the most part, this is all about going deep into, who we are as people or who I am as a person. So I'm opening up my life and my journey to you guys and gals to really connect and, show y'all my heart in its truest form. The difference between on the course and off the course mindset to me is on the course, I'm locked in on each shot or whoever I'm with. Like, I feel like being present and in the moment for the game and for the entire experience of golf on the course is such a beautiful part of the game. Like, I just enjoy being able to go out there and connecting with a new person or linking up with somebody that I've known forever. Either way, like, vibes are high and the conversations are fruitful, and that's something I always appreciate. Off the course mindset, like, how can I grow? Like, how can I share? How can I love more? Like, how can I give more of myself while also pour back in while the same people around me are doing the same? So it's just this constant flow of positive energy, light energy, which brings you up, brings the people around you up, not only from a physical perspective, but also a mental and emotional perspective and spiritual. That's been such a beautiful thing for me off the course. So those mindsets, similar but different in some aspects. When I first realized that I was defining myself as, a football player. It's so crazy because for the longest time, I think I didn't. I thought I didn't. I thought I didn't define myself as a football player. But I reflect on my habits, and every habit that I had was indicative of me being an athlete. I would train, I would work out, I would train, I would try to eat properly, and that was it. I would train and I would eat, and I would play video games, and I would sleep, and I would go see family from time to time. I didn't do anything else. Like, yeah, I would go party and do a whole lot of things that weren't productive or conducive to my growth. But, for the most part, everything I did was directed towards me being an athlete, and it was a reflection of that. And success at the time was very superficial. It was very materialistic. It was what I had, where I was going, who I was with, what I was doing. It was never about how I felt. It was never about what I was doing for other people. It was never about how many people am I lifting up and, putting in a position of growth. And that's not even from a financial standpoint. That's more so from an intrinsic standpoint. Because when you pour into people intrinsically, spiritually, emotionally, you really see the growth. But when you just throw money and you bring people on experiences, like that does it create a memory? Absolutely. But does it create that shift that you need to really expand not only your mind but your spirit and your body? Me personally, I don't think so. So success was very superficial. Fast forward to now, success is, it's a daily thing. It's how am I waking up every day? Am I taking care of myself? Am I going through my routine? Am I practicing my breathing? Am I meditating? Am I reading? Am I saying words of affirmation? Am I putting things in my body that is going to be beneficial to my growth, my health, and my family? And if it's checking all those boxes, then I had a successful day. And of course, make the bed and, set goals and, work towards those goals. And if you don't get those goals, then next day, same thing, set goals. Keep working towards them, because the more consistent that you are, the more likely you're going to get to where you want to be. That honestly has been one of the things I've been most proud of, the consistency, because it's so easy to just, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it next week. I'll start another time. But we're not guaranteed another time. So why not make the most of right now, this moment where you have breath, you have life, you have the ability to get up and walk out and do whatever it is that you have set your North Star as. For me, that's being a absolute great parent and partner and a person. How can I be a light in this world? How can I be a light in my family? How can I be a light in my community? It's not about me, because I know one day I won't be here, but the mark that I leave, the legacy that I leave in my perception of success is something that goes beyond this lifetime. So, what's hard about reinvention for high performers. I think for me, what was so hard about it initially was that I've been an athlete for, I'm 32. I started playing football when I was 6. I started playing soccer when I was 5. I mean, I've been playing sports for 27 years of my life. So I've been a high performer more of my life than I have not. So to just switch over and not be doing that is, I mean, it's hard. Like, I can't deny that. Like, I would never deny that. Like, there was nights where I would wake up and I'm just like sick because I'm not playing the game I love. But me sulking in that feeling and that reality of life wouldn't do me any good. And over time, I learned to just continue to work towards whatever it is. Like for me now, it's this, on the links. Like, I'm taking on the links to the same level I took myself when it came to playing in a sport. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a philanthropist. Like, that fulfills me. That fulfills me to, link up with a potential partner or brand who's aligned with the vision of On the Links and they're excited about what we're building. That is success now for me. That's a part of success for me. And it's cool because it's mine. I created this. So I get to build it how I want to. I get to bring in who I want to. And we get to go wherever I want to. And as, crazy as that sounds, it is so fun to just blaze your own trail and put the same intensity, the same grind, the same focus into something you built. Loved playing in the NFL. Loved being able to experience the dream that I had since I was 6. Like, I don't sell that short. That put me in the position to not only have the relationships, but have the confidence, the discipline, the structure, and the fortitude mentally to just go forward, even when the shit gets hard, even when they tell you no, even when you don't know where to go. Like, that's when you start to really use your tools that, I gained from playing football. Call a friend, use your network, hit your teammate up. Like, hey, bro, like, do you know somebody? Do you know something? Like, lose the ego, lose the fear, because the only way you can take yourself to the next level is to do it fearlessly, relentlessly, and know that you'll get there. Consistency. Chop wood, carry water is a quote that my father-in-law used to tell my fiance, and it's always in the back of my head because, like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I've never built a business, but I have friends who have, and they're giving me nuggets, they're teaching me, and they're helping me out along the way, which is really, really powerful, and I'm so grateful for that. And, you're like, oh, well, you played in the league, so you got all the resources and you got all of this and that. It's because I put myself in other rooms. It wasn't just the league. A lot of the relationships that I've been able to build over the last 5-6 years have come from golf, like, quite frankly. And, golf has been such a beautiful game. But the pressures that show up in entrepreneurship is somewhat similar to the pressures that show up in a game. Like, you got to perform. Like, you got to go out and make yourself uncomfortable. You got to get the reps, like outreach, sales, pitches, decks, being told no, and shoot, some people doubting you. Like, trust me, I know about that. Pick 229, 7th round, San Francisco 49ers, 229 picks, 228 other teams and draft picks before me. And, I was fortunate enough to play 8 years and super grateful for that. So, transition isn't easy, but neither was playing in the NFL. Neither was getting to the NFL. Shoot. So, don't shy away because it ain't easy, because at the end of the day, like, the more you work, the more time you put in, the more effort, and the more consistently you do it, the more results you're going to see. And it might not be in a day, it might not be in a month, it might be a year, but you believe in yourself and you believe in what you're doing, and that makes a difference. Rapid fire, 3 takeaways. Peace is a skill. It's something that you develop. It's something that you nurture, and that's something that I nurture every day. Structure creates freedom. Having a process is so important. Like, you can't go to work and not see that y'all have a process, especially a successful business. Every successful business has a workflow process. So why don't you have a workflow process for yourself? And rest is not weakness. Like, rest is a part of the growth. If you don't rest and you lift weights every single day, you're liable to tear a muscle, you're liable to get sick, you're liable to get hurt. So make sure you're resting along the journey, because consistency breeds success. That's it for today's episode of Off the Links. If it resonates or connects with you, or you feel like I'm speaking to somebody share it. Until then, stay grounded, stay present, and see you again next time. Off the Links. Peace.